Good afternoon, guys. Hello. Today we're gonna review Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story. In the frozen land of the Freljord, a young named Nunu travels with his best friend Willump, the last of the Yetis, as he searches for his lost mother in the adventure puzzle game Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, developed by Tequila Works and published by Riot Forge. As with any game exciting as part of large world, the first question this probably needs addressing is how well new players can get into the game. While I'm someone who has played several of the games set in Riot's world of Runeterra, I know little about the Freljord. Aside from a few character names, practically everything about the ice region is new to me, and the game does a great job of taking into account this possibility. The big moments in the region's history, like the War of the Three Sisters, are revealed slowly over the course of the game as details become necessary. This lets the player stay up to speed on what characters are talking about while not stopping the game entirely at any time to do substantially into dumps. Speaking of the character of all the strangers, the Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, can boast the cast shines the brightness. For much of the game, the only character on screen are Nunu and Willump. While you might think having only a single pair of characters around for most of a joiner that took me 7.5 hours would get tiring. I never once felt any yet of bothered by either of the two fantastic charming personalities. Nunu captures all the wonder, hopefulness, and promise of youth, while Willump, despite not speaking in any intelligible manner, provides a perfect blend of comedic humor and calm grounding for this young friend. How Tequila Works handles Willump's communication is a subtle thing of beauty. Whereas many in their situation would have Nunu essentially repeat what the Yeti says to him, making conversation tedious at best, the writing opts simply to let Nunu respond to his friend as normal. This accompanied with a caption that gives the player a clue as to what the Yeti has said through simple description like answer, confident, and comforting. Gives players all the information they need to keep the story along. This elegance of design extends to virtually every moment and action that Willump is on the screen. When not being controlled by the player, as is often the case during exploration sequence, Willump can be seen frolicking about, scratching his back on rock, inspecting small creatures, and even building snow sculptures. He can even give hints for what Nunu needs to do next to solve a puzzle that can serve as an enthusiastic tubat. The expressive nature of the big furball is doubled down during some of Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, most emotional moments. While the bulk of the narrative sees the pair of friends on a grand adventure throughout the wilds of the Freljord, there are some road moments that test the duo and their connection with each other. Despite some of the incredible things Nunu accomplishes during their journey, Tequila Works never loses sight of the fact that the boss is still a child. Despite so much focus being on Nunu and Willump, Song of Nunu and League of Legends story does allow them to share the stage with some other notable personalities from the world of Runeterra. Braum, the heart of the Freljord, makes similar appearance as he helps the pair chase after this goal. To bring us to the last major element of Song of Nunu and League of Legends story, the gameplay. With a mix of platforming, music playing, puzzles, and light combat, the game offers a nice variety of activities for players to partake in, even though it doesn't fully land on some of them. The combat is easily the weakest element of the game. Simple light and heavy attacks combined with a dodge to make up Willump arsenal to dispatch bad guys. Enemies can also be dispatched with special finishers executed by holding down the Y button on an Xbox controller. While the difficulty is delayed back enough that this doesn't prove a problem to completing battles, it does sap the combat moment of the game of much of their fun. The other element that charms some of the action is the length of a couple of the boss fights. While there aren't a ton of boss battles, a couple of them go on for too long. This longevity takes the player past the point where the wow factor of what they are fighting is lost, and they are left focusing on the overall mechanics. The final gameplay element used for boss puzzle and narrative is music. Fantastic music impediment always makes a video game better, and Song of Nunu and League of Legends story doesn't just have a beautiful soundtrack, but it takes player with a greeting Nunu through simple but effective musical moments that breathe a special layer of wonder and warmth to the game. Playing notes throughout a combination of 4 buttons, Nunu plays an impressive number of fun and challenging melodies. During narrative moments, the player's music often that are usually more separate from them in games. Thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.